Welcome to the ASMR podcast. Our topic is affirmative action. This podcast will be featuring the sounds of Saturn. My name is Sophia.
And I'm Angela.
Let's get this podcast started. Alright. Our idea is that affirmative action is a benevolent concept, but a failure in execution because it causes the problem it aims to solve.
Okay, so affirmative action is when employers or administrators or anybody who is accepting people into a business or a college or organization or something picks a minoritized group over a majority group for the purpose of diversifying their business or group or whatever it is. And the qualifications don't always matter to the employers. They just want the diversity in their group.
So the idea of affirmative action is that both candidates will be equal in qualifications, but it occurs in which some companies have hired people in the past who do not have equal qualifications just because they want to diversify their staff.
The term originated in 1961 when President Kennedy was the first to use it. There was an executive order that directed the government contractors to take affirmative action to ensure that applicants are employed and that employees are treated during employment without regard to their race, creed, color, or national origin.
Okay, so to support what we originally stated at the start of this podcast, we believe that affirmative action is a good idea and concept because it is supposed to help minorities get opportunities that they would not have gotten in the past because they're minorities. But it does not always work in execution because there have been times when minorities get jobs they may not be qualified for, or the diversification of businesses do not represent the population. So the diversity in an area may be different than the diversity in a college in that area.
For example, at Berkeley College, white people make up 33% of the college population, but they make up 75% of the United States population, and black people make up 6% of the college population at Berkeley versus the 12% that they make up of the U.S. population.
So, affirmative action should actually make the diversity in colleges and businesses in areas represent the diversity of the community. Affirmative action defeats its purpose if it decides to skew the diversity of a community because it is no longer representing the community that it stands for. If you simply always choose a minority over the majorities aren't going to be getting jobs. And obviously they're being offered more opportunities than minorities, but it shouldn't be a deciding factor all the time. For example, research may vary, but it is found that affirmative action in college admission office has been equivalent to adding about 150 to 300 points to a student's SAT score. Now, if a student is not qualified, then they should not be getting a position no matter what race, creed, or gender they are. But affirmative action stands to have equality. It is supposed to give people equal opportunities, and the statistics have been showing that it is not giving equal opportunities, it is actually helping minorities. Now, whether that is a good thing or a bad thing is an opinion that you can have, but we are arguing that it isn't failing. Affirmative action is failing to solve the problem it's aiming to solve.
For example, in 2011, Asian men and women earned more than their black, white, and Hispanic counterparts in the U.S. Men and women ages 35 and over were studied based on their 2011 earnings, and women earned between 19 and 25% less than their male counterparts.
So there is some sort of, unevenness in the workforce and in colleges, but is affirmative action affirmative action actually fixing this problem. Now that is an argument that we're trying to make. We don't believe that affirmative action is the proper solution to this problem. Now, there is counter evidence from a study in Texas. Angela, why don't you present that?
Okay, so a New York Times article quotes that after affirmative action programs were outlawed in Texas in 1995, the University of Texas Law School Latino student enrollment had been cut in half. This suggested affirmative action was working in Texas until it was removed, and but there could be other things, other circumstances, other situations that are discouraging Latinos from enrolling and attending that school.
So, although there is evidence that suggests affirmative action works in some cases, just because it helped Latinos get into that school does not mean it was actually working to solve the problem of inequality. It was just helping people get into a school. Also, like Angela said, there could be other factors in play that discouraged Latino students from attending the University of Texas Law School. Now, people may have different opinions on whether or not affirmative action is a good thing, but the argument is whether or not it works. Angela, do you believe that affirmative action is working?
I would say yes and no, because while it's helping some minorities, it's also not helping some minorities. Like in the case of the 2011 study, women earned between 19 and 25% less than their male counterparts. Women would be considered the minority here. And Asian men and women were earning more than their white, black, and Hispanic counterparts. And Asian people would be considered the minority here. So it's helping some, but not helping others, and then it sort of gets, I guess, it's like a sticky situation kind of thing with businesses and colleges, because they're admitting people just because they're part of a minority, or they're hiring people just because they're part of a minority, instead of their qualifications for the school or the job.
I completely agree. And if you look at that same 2011 study, you also see that even though Asian men who are a minority may be getting more jobs because of affirmative action, that doesn't fix the pay inequality once they actually receive that job. So although women are being employed and other minorities are being employed, they are still having a significant difference in payment. Now, you can make your own conclusions at home whether or not you agree with our thesis or affirmative action, but this is the evidence that we have presented. Thank you for joining our ASMR podcast. Just relax.
Oh my.
Crunchy.